cool. He's not the most athletic or the most powerful or the most skillful fighter out there, but he is a good fighter. Canelo, did his thing there. But when it comes to like the dogs, myself, I'm gonna say, I'm also saying Charlo's definitely one of the guys that would definitely give Canelo a hard time as well. David Benavidez. There's a lot of guys, that's been around for years. Like myself, been a champion in 2 different weight classes. Canelo was my mandatory at 54. I was his mandatory at 60. Why haven't those situations happened? At the end of the day, I feel like I'm the ultimate full package. But Canelo just seems to want to stay away from there. And also his coach also mentioned, like, fighting somebody like my style is just difficult to deal with for somebody like him. But are you supposed to take the risk of legacy of being the best by fighting the best and knowing like the risk is I can possibly lose?
Now, who would you say outside of yourself is the best fighter at 168 pounds, including Charlo, since he's moving up soon?
I mean, when I was fighting at 160, I thought the most dangerous guy was, David Benavidez. I thought he has the size. I never seen him really in person, but he seems like a big person that puts on a lot of weight during fights and whatever. He thought he has like a good arsenal. And so I felt like he was one of the best at the 168 pound at that time. But now I'm here. So it changed things.
Yes, sir. Now, who would you say is the fighter with the most flaws at 168?
I mean, I won't never say, like, I'm not, everybody has their own style. Everybody is whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It might look different on TV versus in there, so I don't really know. I don't really know until I have the chance to get in the ring with people. I'm not one of them guys,
When you're watching all the 168 pounders, is there any fighter you tell yourself, man, this fighter can't even carry my bag to the gym? Do you say that for anybody at 168?
Nah, the guys that we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Of course, there's openings. Everybody's going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're talking about the top guys, right? We're not. That's all I'm watching. If I pay attention to it, it's going to be, like I said, Plant, David Benavidez. I mean, I look on the other side of the pond too, but I'm not there anymore. I talked about fighting John Ryder after he beat Danny Jacobs. Like, let me get that. Don't allow this like parade to keep going with this Canelo shit. Let me get that.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I mean, whatever. I don't always get what I ask for.
Benavidez Sr., he came out and said on my show that he believes you and Charlo will beat Canelo Alvarez. He said you guys are more difficult to fight than Canelo. So I want to ask you, Canelo and Andrade.
Well, I think that's another fighter, man, that Canelo doesn't want to fight. He tries to make excuses, payday. He wants payday. Terrible fighter. I mean, if he's a terrible fighter, why not fight him? That's another fight I want to see. People want to see that fight. My respects to Boo Boo. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter too. And that's another fight that, we would love to have, with Boo Boo. He's a very dangerous fighter too, man. My respects. But that would be a great fight, too, for us. And we're willing to do that too. And the reason I want to fight him, because Canelo doesn't want to fight him. We want to show the people that we'll make that fight happen, But I think I will go with Boo Boo, to be honest. I think he would really give trouble to Canelo. And Canelo knows who are the fighters that will give him trouble. He has a really, really big chance to win. At the end of the day, Canelo's the best right now, the 168. But those are the guys that he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. He doesn't want to fight the Charlos. He does not want to fight Boo Boo. So my respects to these guys that they want to fight him. And Canelo does not want to fight none of these guys.
In your opinion, who would win those fights between Benavidez, Canelo, and Charlo and Canelo?
I think Benavidez is beatable. He's definitely, you just got to know the type of style to fight him at and how to beat him. He's skillful. He is fast. It does seem like he has pop. You know, my thing right here is not to, you know, give you my, my ins and out on how to beat people. You know what I'm saying? I gotta save it for myself. Yeah, I mean, I think Charlo can actually give David Benavidez a hard time.
What about Canelo?
I think Canelo's just too small for somebody like David Benavidez. I think, yeah, David Benavidez is just big. He seems like a big person. Like, again, I have never seen him in person, but I haven't like looked up his stats either. But he seems like he's about 6'2" or something like that. I don't know. He seems like he's 6'2". Got some good size, got some good length. He knows how to, fight inside real well. Not real well, but he knows how to fight inside, get close, and do his thing. So, I mean, he'd definitely give Canelo a hard time if Bivol did.
Charlo's at 160 right now. You don't think Charlo is too small for Benavidez too? You don't think?
Nah, Charlo's about 6 feet. We talk about 2 inches, 6 to 6'2", versus 6'2" to from 5'9", 5'10", like, and then length and reach. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big difference.
Right. So you don't think it's a skill issue for Canelo, but more so a size issue?
Yeah, definitely a size issue. Definitely. I mean, for sure.
Yeah. What is your thoughts?
I don't think Canelo can beat him, even if Canelo had better skills than him. I don't think Canelo can beat him. He's just too big.
Well, speaking of that, that's one of the main excuses Canelo used for losing to Bivol. Then ever since Canelo said that, Bivol said, I'm willing to fight Canelo at 168 to debunk all the excuses. What's your thoughts on that?
Nah. That's a different situation. Bivol is about 6 feet. Like, he's my size. You know what I'm saying? Bivol is not this big, lanky, long David Benavidez type style. That's a whole different play game, size and shit like that. Bivol beat Canelo, and that's it. There's no excuses. Canelo was able to go up to 175 and fight the Crusher, right? Who was worn, was torn, was damaged, no problem. But when you're fighting, when you have the excuses for David Benavidez, okay, I can understand. But Bivol, hell no, bro. Come on. Bivol is a naturally 168er. Exactly what he's saying. But, at that time, there's probably no fight. Till 68s wasn't doing it like that.
Right.
It was the 54s and 60s. And now it's 68. Why? Because we're all, getting mature, getting older, putting our stuff aside.
Yes, sir. Now, how did you get that nickname, Boo Boo?
Yeah, I mean, I used to do like crazy shit, and used to come back in the house with all types of marks and scars, and climbing trees, roofs, jumping from one building to another, like just 18-wheeler, you know what I'm saying? Just like that type of shit. Yeah. Backflips off buildings and shit, like just crazy shit.
And Selecki ain't no pushover, no walkover. He ain't no Steve Rose. He ain't no Rocky Fielding. So Canelo, where your cojones at? Let's get it. Alto, Morano, Iguapo, your boy. It's me again. Let's go. September.
You have the final piece of the middleweight championship.
Where they at? Where they at? Where is that? You see this? Canelo, let's go, man. Let's unify this division. Let's have one champion. It's right here. Let's do it. That's it. There's no more running. There's no more games. Let's put it all on the line and see who's the best. Mano y mano. Cojones for cojones. Let's go. Viva la Messi. Go!
From 160 to 168, at Canelo Fanboy asks, which fighter has the best style to dethrone Canelo? I think probably Demetrius Andrade. I mean, Canelo may be the best middleweight in the world. I'd love to see Andrade get a shot. The guy can box, he's long, he's trouble for anybody.
Canelo got to stop picking his own opponents, man. He needs to be in there with Charlo, both of them. He needs to fight both of them.
Charlo.
He needs to fight both of them. Then fight that guy Benavidez.
Benavidez, though.
Benavidez. Fight both of them. Because the guy get ready for Benavidez. He's going to fight those two brothers, then he fight Benavidez. Man, if I was him,